FirstAndMonday.com, your one-stop shop for all things internet.
Okay, so we're going to go over how to change out the rotor and brake pads on a 2007 Toyota Tundra. So I've already got the tire off. If you don't know how to take the tire off, you probably don't need to touch the brakes anyway. So I just kind of skipped over that part. Pop the lug, loosen the lug nuts, jack it up, take the tire off. It's pretty simple. So like I said, if you can't do that, then don't touch the brakes. Okay, so I've got a ratchet here. It's what, 11/16, 17 millimeter would work too. But you know, we're just gonna take the bolt off like you would any other bolt. Pretty simple, not too bad so far. Make sure my booty's not sticking out of the camera. You don't want to see that. So let's take this thing off. So there we go. We took the caliper off. And we'll talk about what to do with the actual piston or whatever you call that thing. We've got to take that back out so that we can get the new brake pads in and so that they'll fit. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. I'm going to sit this over here on the axle. I don't want it to be kind of hanging down loose via the brake fluid hose here, because you know you don't want to loosen those fittings so that it leaks later on down the road. To me, this is the hardest part of changing your own brakes, is getting the remaining part of the brake pad system off in order to remove the rotors. And it's this little, there's two bolts. There's one here, you can I put the ratchet on there so you can see kind of where it is, and then there's another one on the upper end. Okay, so just mentioned about how this is the hardest part, so I'm just going to try to pound on this a little bit, see if it breaks. You can hear that. You can see how it was. Those bolts are a little bit tighter, so that's why it can be the most difficult part. It's actually a little bit easier than expected. And there we go. That one's not too bad. So, all right. So this is what we got. These are the brake pads. So I'm not going to worry about trying to save the rotor itself. So I'm going to take this. I thought I had a rubber mallet in here somewhere, but I'm going to take this hammer / hatchet, pound around on the rotor itself to try to get this thing loosened up. If that doesn't work, we do have a bolt. You've got these holes here where you can take a bolt, screw the bolt down into the hole, and it will pry the rotor off of the wheel, axle, whatever the heck it is. But hopefully we can get it off so we don't have to do all that. It's kind of a headache. Okay, so that's not going to work, obviously, so we're going to plan B. Okay, so I had these bolts from before when I had to do this same thing, so had these already in my truck. I just keep them in the toolbox because you never know when you're going to use them. So let's just start pushing this out. Okay, that side's a little snug. All we needed to do, and there we go. So what I want is this top section here. I want that to be up here in this area. I don't know why, to be quite honest with you, but that's the way the other one was. So that's the way we're going to do this one. And I'm going to pop out, there's a little rubber cover here. I'm going to pop that out of the old one, put it into the new one. So this is the old pad. You can see extremely worn, and I have a set of new pads here, and I want to make sure that I have the correct section. And you can see, look, this is how much ceramic, or I don't know if these things are ceramic, whatever. that has been worn down on these pads, so that's why I could hear the grinding. Okay, so just gonna slide this under here. Okay. Now, see if I can get a little bit of a better shot of what I was trying to do here. So you can see that's the bolt, and then the bolt at the bottom. All right, so now I need to tighten. So what I'm going to need to do is take a C-clamp, which I have here, C-clamp, and I'm just going to put the C-clamp on here and push this piston back so that we have that there. You know, that's pretty simple to do, so I'll let you know when I'm done. Okay, so you can kind of see that I was able to push it back. It's no longer sticking out. Now, some people, maybe a professional mechanic would probably say that there's a bleed valve where you can take a bolt or something out, and when you push that piston back, you can catch the brake fluid that's getting sent back up into the line. I don't know where that is. I've never done it. You know, it's basically just taking that fluid and pushing it back up somewhere, hopefully up into the reservoirs. So, but you know, if you want to look into doing that, you could do it. Like I said, I've never done it. Spray a little brake cleaner in here. Brake cleaner there. See, now my caliper fits over nicely. There's a little bit of a rubber housing for these bolts to go into so that it kind of keeps the grime out. You know, eventually that probably, you see it's a little bit loose. That will tighten up when, once we get the tire on here. Okay, so that's it. Took me less than an hour, I would guess. Maybe in less than 30 minutes. I've done these before, so it's a little bit quicker than maybe somebody who's doing it for the first time. But I don't know how much mechanics charge to do something like this. And you know, mechanics make a living too, and there's a lot of people who you don't want to deal with things like this. I don't mind it, but I don't know, maybe I just saved $100 in labor by coming out into the garage and talking to you fine people. So that's it for FirstAndMonday.com. Give us a visit on the site. Let us know what you think. Make comments in the YouTube comment section, and let us know if you want to see more of these how-to videos. Thanks.